Hi guys, welcome to my second video of Power Apps Beginner to Pro series. My name is Mohammed Yasser. I do lots of videos in YouTube in Microsoft Dynamics 365. I'm a 3 times Microsoft MVP. So from with this video on, we will go really very deep into various different concepts of Power App. We'll be creating so many different apps from the scratch and explore all capabilities of Power Apps. As I mentioned before, we will start with the Canvas app and then we will get into the model driven app. But for that, we need to first have an environment that you see behind me. If you already have one, well and good. If you don't, then we will create an environment from the scratch in the next video. So in this video, we'll try our best to understand about the concepts of environments and what are the different types of environments available. Firstly, for getting access to the environment, that is the screen that you see behind me, we may need to sign up into the make.powerapp.com URL. How do we sign up into it? What email address you will use for signing up and all that we will discuss in the next video. But once you sign up into the make.powerapp.com, you will see something like in your right hand side corner, something called as an environment. So as soon as you sign up into your Power Apps portal, the Power App website, make.powerapp.com, you will be greeted with a default environment that Microsoft creates inside by default. We'll never use the default environment to create applications for various different reasons. We'll get into all those concepts later. So what we will do is we'll create our own environment, that is the second one that you see. That is my own environment that I have created, right? So we'll always use that environment. We'll switch to that environment and we will create all our apps within the make.powerapp.com website, okay? So while creating this environment, we'll need to understand firstly, what are the different types of environment available? Which type should we be using for our practice, for our trial, etc. So we'll be exploring about different types of environments in this video in detail. So guys, I have already covered all of this topic in a very detailed way in one of my paid courses. The link for the paid course is available in the description below for those who are interested in exploring more, okay? But for the sake of my YouTube audience, I wanted to share this specific lesson with all of you so that you all get benefited out of it. So in the next few seconds, what you will be seeing is a clipping directly from one of my paid course. So let's get into the course and try to understand about different types of environments. So see you within the course, guys. So now what is this environment and what are the different types of environment that are available? Let's first explore that and then we will get into the system and create an environment, okay? So if you go to my whiteboard, so that's the area where you will create the app. And after you create a Power App you sign up for your Power App profile. Once you have the Power App profile, you will then go ahead and create an environment. So while creating an environment, as you see, there is a drop box which will let you to select what is the type of environment that you want to. This is very, very important concept to understand. So let's first understand this and then we will go ahead and create an environment, okay? So what are the different types? The first one is the trial. The trial you see here, this and this. These two are like different names, but they both refer to trial. So when you select as a trial, which means the environment that you are creating as a trial will be available for you to use for 30 days. If you are having a quick demo and you wanted to show it to somebody and you are going to temporarily use it and you need only for like 10 days or 20 days, then the best bit is going to be the trial version, because the trial version will be for 30 days and after 30 days you can request for an extension. Maybe they will extend for another 90 days or 30 days depending on your usage. So they might extend it, right? You can ask for multiple extensions in some cases. So that is your trial environment, majorly suitable for very short-term usage, maybe 10 days, 20 days. But our course is going to be, you might need a good 90 days to follow entire instructions of this particular course. It's going to be a long course, right? So you might need a longer time. So maybe in your case, a trial environment may not be a suitable option. So don't use trial while creating environment. I'll tell you what to choose, okay? So let's go to the next one, which is sandbox, right? Sandbox is the one environment that you will be using majority of the times in your real life in an enterprise level project, right? Within an organization, there are multiple types of environment, right? Like apart from the trial sandbox developer, there are different roles use different environments, right? There is a certain specific group of people, they access a test environment for testing. They do the UAT testing, SIT testing, etc. in that particular environment to make sure there is no bug. There is another environment where the developer actually develops it. So there's a separate environment where developer develops it, does the unit testing, and then moves the code into or solution into the test environment where the testing happens. This is the complete application lifecycle management process, right? So in some cases, this developer environment and this test environment, both of them are created with a type sandbox. Okay, whenever you create an environment of type sandbox, in the environment on the top you will have a title saying sandbox, so these sandbox environments unique functionality or feature is, in the sandbox environment, in order to use it, you will still, the organization requires some kind of a power app plan. They might need a license. Okay, so the sandbox environment, when you create an app, you can share the app to multiple people for them to use, or multiple testers can go ahead test the app because the app can be shared across multiple users. That's the one speciality of a sandbox environment. Even in the case of a developer sandbox, the developers can, co-author a specific app together. Multiple developers can share an app and they can co-author it together, right? So in such cases, both the developers and for both the testers, we normally prefer to create an environment of type sandbox. But the sandbox environment's problem is you need to have some kind of a power app plan. You need to have a minimum storage capacity space available for you to be able to go ahead and create an environment of type sandbox, or else the system will block you. It will say that you do not have enough capacity to create a sandbox environment, right? So they basically consume the licensing, and the premium connectors we can use or we may not be able to use. It depends on your licensing type, so that is the speciality of a sandbox environment. In short, the sandbox environment, multiple users, and it requires license, and it has unlimited validity provided you have the license and capacity. So the developer environment, right? That is the environment that we will be using for our testing and for our training. Okay. The environment that we will be creating shortly, I will choose the type developer because it is kind of very interesting. Developers environment, as the name indicates, it's primarily meant for developers to do some exploration, do some learning. So the Microsoft have given us a capability where every single user can create like 3 developers environment, and this developers environment do not need any kind of a license, and we can use the premium functionality. It has unlimited validity provided you keep using the environment every day. If you do not use the environment for straight 15 days, the environment will be deleted. So that's one thing. So when we create an environment, we will create it with a type developer so that keep using the environment and practice it. Okay. And the one, actually, as I said before, good thing about this environment is you are allowed to use all the premium functionalities, all the premium connectors, no charges. So that's exactly the one that we will be using. So which means that we will have unlimited validity for that environment, and we will be the only user using it, of course. And you are allowed to create 3 environments, by the way. So which means that as a developer, you can actually create one environment for testing, one environment to play a role of a like a production or whatever. So you can do your uh, testing by exporting the solution from one environment and import it to another environment. You can do all that practice, by creating multiple development environments for your own training. So, and our next one is the production, right? The production is, as the name indicates, it's similar. The properties, everything is similar to the sandbox. But the only difference is, of course, the URL will change for production, and it will display, it will not display sandbox label in the middle of the environment. It's a production, it's meant for production. So you choose the type as production if at all the environment is meant to be in the production. Okay. So these are different types of environments. So as I mentioned before, now let's go and log into make.powerapp.com and see how do we deploy and how did I created this environment. So quick thing is you might need to have a username, a domain, but in the next section we will see how do we go ahead and create one. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video, guys.